People want to know Patrick. First of all, I watched Patrick last night in the Aaron Hernandez show, which is on FX. Patrick plays Tim Tebow. And you were really good. I forgot to tell it to you this morning because when we came in, you did such a great job, sweetheart. I put it up on my Instagram. You were really good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you.
you want to talk about that at all?
Sure. I'm happy to. Yeah. I mean, as you said, the show is about Aaron Hernandez.
What a tough life.
Yeah. I mean, kind of just heartbreaking, devastating, terrible overall story. But I play Tim Tebow, which is just a very small sliver of Aaron's story and just his tenure at the Florida Gators College. And it was I'm a huge fan of Tim Tebow, and I grew up watching him when, watching college football and all of that. So it was a really cool character to play for me. And as my mom said, it's on FX right now. The first 3 episodes are out, and I think right on Wednesday they're all on Hulu. So you can watch them on Hulu if you want. And then I just finished filming White Lotus.
Yeah.
Season 3.
I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you. I went to visit Patrick on the set of White Lotus.
Did.
And I took some pictures, and he won't let me share any of the pictures. He won't let me talk about it. He wouldn't let me ask any questions. I was under strict like rules not to open my mouth, which is almost impossible. Actually is impossible. I'm not allowed to read anything. But so can you tell us all here in private anything?
I wish I could. I haven't even told you anything.
I know.
I haven't even told Abby anything. No one knows anything because I'm worried that I'll get fired if I do. So
I finished it now.
well, then they'll cut me out of the show. That's what I'm worried
No, they
about.
won't cut you out of the show.
I think what people can expect if they've watched the first 2 seasons is it's very similar in vein of, Mike White wrote it and he directed it. It's going to be
terrific.
Yeah, he's really terrific. It's going to be longer. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be
can you tell where it was?
Yes, that I think is public. It was in Thailand. We filmed in Thailand.
And tell them how long you were there.
Almost 7 months. We were there. 6.5 months in Thailand. We shot in Koh Samui. We shot in Phuket and in Bangkok. So we moved all around Thailand, which was really awesome. My mom came and visited, and she came to Koh Samui. So I think that was probably really cool because we were big fans of the show.
Yeah.
Way before. I mean, from the day that season 1 came out to then watching season 2, both of those kind of during COVID. We watched it, you, me, and Abby. And then to kind of go to the set was probably pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it was so fantastic. And I have to tell a little story. When Patrick told me, I kept saying to him in the first year, the second year, you should go out and try for this. And then I said, well, of course, obviously everybody must be trying for this, but you should try. And then he told me right before Christmas, he said, I'm going to try for White Lotus. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, but don't say anything. Don't say anything to anybody. And don't call me or don't call my phone because I'm doing my audition. I said, okay, I won't call you. I won't say anything, nothing. And so he goes, well, okay, I did my audition. I said, well, after he did it, I said, well, how did it go? He goes, I don't know. And I was like, okay. He goes, just don't bring it up. I was like, okay, I won't say anything. And then we were sitting at a restaurant, and I saw him looking at his girlfriend, and I was like, so they had just gotten engaged. And I said, is there anything the matter? And they're like, no, we don't want to talk about it. I was like, oh my God, something happened. What did you do? And they're like, no. I said, you can't just sit at the table here. I said, are you pregnant? Is there some problem or something? And they're like, no. And then Patrick goes, I have to tell you something, but you can't tell anybody. I said, well, what is it? He goes, I got the White Lotus part. I screamed so loud. I knocked the table up. I burst into tears. Yeah. I jumped up and down. He started crying.
Everybody at the table started crying.
My other daughter, Catherine, she was like, she started crying. She goes, what happened? She didn't even know about it.
I know.
We're all crying, and
it was really sweet.
It was really great. Anyway,
so that show will come out in the beginning of next year. Yeah. Who knows when, but look forward to seeing.
Yes, and he's really good in it. I watched him. I won't say anything. I won't say anything, but he'll come back and give us some sort of scoop.
Yes, once the show comes out, I will
Yeah.
do a scoop.
And you did this big Tommy Hilfiger campaign.
I did.
Yeah, so you're the new face of Tommy Hilfiger.
Yes, but I'm sure people don't care about that, and they want to just ask some other questions.
Okay, so what are the other questions? Okay.
Who
How has appearing on Shark Tank been helpful to MOSH?
Okay, that is from who?
Luis.
Luis asks that.
Yes.
It was really cool to go and do the show. We kind of went back and forth of should we do it, should we not, should we do it? They were interested, should we go? Finally, we decided to go and just do it and see what would happen. We had a lot of fun. I think the best part about it is that we got to, it's always great when we get to articulate your passion for brain health and articulate the mission and really kind of explain to the consumers why we created the product. Yeah, I mean, the response the response was explosive. I mean, we've had so many people come to us and come up to us when we're walking around. Hey, I watched you on Shark Tank. Thank you so much for, building this company. And they always somehow, have someone involved in their life that has been affected by Alzheimer's. And they come up and say, thank you for doing what you're doing. And, now I buy the product for my mom or for my daughter, for my son, for my grandmother. So that's this cool kind of like cross-generational thing of people kind of buying it for other people that are in their families. But it was a really great, fun, nerve-wracking process.
And it was a bucket list. Patrick had been watching Shark Tank since he was little, has watched every single Shark Tank, knows everything about it. And so it was really great watching him get ready for it and then do it. So that was really exciting. And a lot of people here have asked, Maria, when being mom to Patrick, how do you navigate when you step forward with opinions and when to hold back? Patrick, what do you think about this? A lot of people have asked about what it's like to work with your son and how do you do it and what is the best advice if others want to do it?
Well, it is, it is a lot of fun to work with my mom. We have a great time. We don't always agree on certain things, that is for sure.
They want to know how do you manage, how do you deal with a mother if you don't agree with her?
Well, I think that we do a good job of kind of hearing each other out on our different thoughts and ideas, but coming to a conclusion together. Like, for example, you're always wanting to create a lot of different new products. You're always wanting to come out with an olive oil or a powder or this thing and that thing. And I listen to you, and then I simply say, do you know how much that's going to cost us to go and do that? And we don't have the money to go and do that right now. And let's continue to work on the bars are going well, and let's continue to make iterations and make those better and keep it, more focused. But at the same time, I listen to your ideas, and we always continue to talk about how we're trying to build this big brand and this big vision, but at the same time, we're focused right now on the product. So I guess, I don't know if that answers the question. We have a lot of fun together. We have a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and it's been just a fun process of I think when you have a shared goal and a shared, dream and mission together of building something, that the little speed bumps or woes or anything like that are easier to get over than if you didn't have that. And if we were just a product company.
Right. And I think Patrick has a lot of talents that I don't have. And I try to, support him where I know he's stronger than I am, which is in the business end of the business. As I said, as he said, I'll come up with ideas without thinking about what they're going to cost. And he will run me through the bottom line of it. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's not so smart. And then he'll listen to me when I want to talk about content, about brain health, or bringing experts in, or talking about, things that should be in the bar because they're proven to be helpful. And we worked with doctors and researchers on what to put in the bar, what to take out of the bar. We reformulated the bar. We're trying to change the chips, to get the erythritol out of the chips that are in the
That'll be
plant
the next
and
thing.
stuff. And so we're trying to always make them as you know, what's out there changes, we try to change with it and make sure that we're offering something that is good for your gut, good for your brain, and good for the world. And so I'm super proud that we already have a grant out there. Super proud that we're successful as a business, and that's really due to Patrick and the team here. We have a lot of really dedicated people that are working on MOSH all the time. We're doing walks, we're doing community events. John here said, will there be another walk in Santa Monica? We just had a big, as I said, brain fest on Saturday, and you want to do these walks every month.
Every quarter.
Oh, okay, every quarter to build community. And
you want to do them every month. I have to then say every quarter.
Okay, now I want to do a big brain fest. We had a meeting of that today, and Patrick got up and said, I don't want to be a part of this. This is not where I want to be spending my time and walking.
No, I didn't say it's not what I wanted to be. I said I don't have the bandwidth right now to add that onto my plate, which I don't. It's being very clear and transparent with that. I do not have the bandwidth.
Yeah, because he's getting married and he has other things. I myself am single, so I have the bandwidth. So I said, well, I actually have the bandwidth, so let me do that. So anyway, that's how I Patrick, Maureen says, Maria, what advice do you give your son for finding peace?
Peace and happiness.
Well, I think